This course will teach you how to tell effective stories. However, not all narratives are stories. What makes the difference? Well, it is what the story does to you, not what the story tells. Let me explain why by telling you a story. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom of the blind. All were blind like moles, even the king. The kingdom was blessed with all kinds of creatures, large and small, flying, walking, slithering, and swimming. One thing it did not have were elephants. Hearing of this, a merchant from a neighboring kingdom decided to bring a large, fine elephant to the king's court to sell for much gold on account of its rarity. The king summoned the merchant and his beast in his presence to examine it before purchase. Into the main courtyard the giant animal came trotting, making the ground shake and the air resound with its roars. As the mighty lord that he was, the king was not supposed to approach the commoners, so he could not examine the creature himself. So he asked his 4 wise men that he kept close by at all times to examine the beast: the doctor, the astrologer, the chief musician, and the sword bearer. "Approach the beast and feel it," ordered them. "Tell me what it is, how large it grows, and what it does." Filling the air with their outstretched arms, the advisors approached the animal cautiously. The doctor reached the trunk first. Touching it briefly and feeling the wet end, cried, "Sire, beware! 'Tis a snake or dragon!" The bodyguards rushed to raise a shield wall in front of the king. "Belay that," said the astrologer, who was running his hand up and down the elephant's tail. "It is but a meager creature whose limbs are rope-like, with no claws but hairy tufts at their ends." Just then the sword-bearer hit the massive rump and hind leg. "Your Highness, I would not let those guards stray too far. This creature is as large as a house and hard as a rampart." Finally, the musician interrupted him with a dismissive little laughter, caressing the elephant's ear. "Oh, my lord, there is nothing to fear here. 'Tis a mere pet with velvety fan-like organs ready to keep you cool in the hottest days." The king sat on the throne listening in silence. He was truly puzzled. What kind of creature could be at the same time large as a house, slithering as a snake, thin as a rope, and useful as a fan? The merchant brought him out of his ponderings. "O king, while observant in their own way, each of your wise men failed to see the whole for the parts. This mighty beast is called an elephant. Its body as large as a house. Its long trunk can grasp and handle things with the strength of a boa, and its 2 flappy ears keep it cool in the hottest days. As for the rope, that is its strong, tufted tail that keeps the pesky gadflies away." The king was surprised to learn that what appeared to the senses was quite different when seen with the eye of the mind. Truly amazing animal indeed, which is much more than what meets the tips of my wise men's fingers. "Master of the coin, give this man the price he asked for the beast and 3 times more for teaching me something today," decreed the king. This story teaches us not only that appearances can be deceiving, but also about the nature of stories in general. While common sense definitions of stories abound, most miss the point. According to some definitions, a story is a recounting of facts with a beginning, middle, and end. To others, stories are dramatic events related in great detail. Finally, some definitions suggest that stories are narratives that make us identify with another person. Each definition captures part of the truth. However, it is a bit like the story of the elephant. The definitions capture the parts while truly missing the whole story. They fail to see what the king saw in our story. Any good story teaches us by surprising us. Surprise comes out of violating what our common sense tells us. Now, this course will teach you how to build a story in a manner similar to the method described above. Like the king, you will learn that stories are true and great when they put together facts supported by numbers that do not seem to belong together. For this, however, you need to show that these facts are causally related. This means that you need to have a good grasp of causal inference in a quantitative sense. And if you do have such a grasp, then you are already a storyteller, only you did not know it. Let us start exploring how to teach and learn using surprise. Start by reading the essay, What is a good story?